Hello once more. How are you doing? So, like I was doing in the previous class, I was explaining on the overview of PixelLab app. So I'm sure you guys have gotten to know a thing or two about PixelLab. Okay, quick story. Last year when I first downloaded this app, then I didn't have anybody to teach me, and I didn't know what the app entails. So after I played around with the app for a while, I ended up deleting it. That is until, of course, later on I got to see I know the value of the app. So, like I explained in the previous class, here, once you click on this plus icon, you see a text, current date, sticker, shape, from gallery if you want to draw text. So, like I said, here is if you want to save your work and you've done, you want to save it as a project, you want to save as image, because here you can see this. If you want to share or save the work, here is also, like I said, these two sign here. That is for quotes, different quotes the app has, motivation, success, and the list goes on, in two different languages, English and French. But of course, I'm a Nigerian, so we speak English. And here is these three dots here. If you click on it, you see an overview of almost all what the other function of the app. If you want to use image from gallery, if you want to see your work on the full screen, you see it without other things, you see it as full work. Come back here. So remember, here's if you want to export image, also the same thing as if you want to save the image. You can see, remember I told you, if you're designing a high quality work, I would suggest you save it as ultra. Then you click save to gallery. It will take a little time, but it won't take most of your time to do that. So, image size. So, because there's different image size, there's image size, because this is the height and this is the width. There's different image size for business card and the rest. So you can see, let's play around with this a bit, so you can see how it is now. So there's different image size. Of course, whenever you want to do a work, I would advise you go online and search for the image size of that. If it's a business card, if it's business card, a flyer, a banner, whatever it is, you go online and you search for it, because Google is always there to help you. So like I told you, it's changing the shape, the height, and the width. So here is when you want to contact the help team of the PixelLab app. Here is tutorial. Once you click on it, automatically take you to YouTube and you watch some tutorial videos. If you want to remove ads, if you want to recover some file, if you want to open your project that you've worked on, here's about the app, and here is exit. Of course, we're not through with our work, so we are not exiting. We have to cancel. So I showed you before, projects. Once you've started working, you'll see your projects here. You'll see your projects here. Yes. So it's all my projects. It's all my projects I worked on. Yeah, I remember in the last video we're making use of this picture, so click on it. Are you sure you want to open the project? Of course. So remember, this was the image that I showed in the previous video which I used. So, but I'm not using this. Take this to default. So there's the default. See whatever you want to use. Remember, this is where you click for your project. These three circles, that's where you are. Then the next one here you can see is text with A. That's the text. Whatever you want to do, and then you want to copy this, you want to delete, whatever you want to do. So click on it. Take notes of this arrow that is curved here. this arrow, once you click on it, to take you back a step. The more you, if you take it, you click it once, it take you a step back. Like when you make a mistake and you want to trace it back, you click on this. So this is what this thing does here. So back to what I was explaining. Whatever you want to do, remember, you want to take your text to the front or back. The option is here. Position, you do that. Whatever size you want your work to be, whatever size. So here is the padding. No, there's left padding and right padding. Can see it. Can see it. Can see it. Oh, we don't need that. Color, of course. What color do you want the text to be? What color do you want this text to be? So once you start working very well on PixelLab, you understand this plus sign here. This of course also to add a color, but probably to add a color that you can't see here, you can't get exactly. That's what this plus sign is for. So here is also texture. When you start doing work, you understand the work of the texture. Opacity, because like I said in the other class, to increase or reduce whatever it is, text or image. To rotate, whatever degree, as you can see, it's always to 180, positive or negative 180, whatever way you want it to be. So that is that. Mask, you will stand it. You also understand this. You can see once it's enabled, that part of it has disappeared. So whatever part you want to be, the more you shift it, the more. Once we start working fully, you also understand what this mask entails. Cancel. So I showed you font. What font do you want to use? You can see the different font here. You select from the one you want. One stylish font. There are different kind of fonts. Of course, you don't just use any font. You have to have a reason for using any particular font. I told you this is a bold font. You can see it clearly. It's a design font. So let's use this. So you can see there. Background. Do you want your text to have a background? If yes, what color do you want the background to be? As that's, yes, you can see it. But if you want it to come down, okay, whatever way you want it to be. Top padding, you're gonna take it up. So it's right padding, left padding. Ridges, of course, you can see it. How do you want it to be? But we're not using a background. I don't want it, so just turn it off. And we're good to go. So alignment. Well, I'll see explain this alignment for you, but of course, how do you want your text to come out? You want it to be at the left, at the middle, or the right? But let me type in something so I'll explain this alignment much more. So go edit. So let me write. What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for to learn a skill? Someone graphics is training people who wants to learn design, who wants to learn graphic design. Who wants to learn graphic design? So yeah, okay. But a quick one, you can see this text. If I want all of it to be big in capital letters, just click on this. You can see all of it. Click on it. That's turned to now small size. So I don't want it to be big. So let me use this for now. So now let me reduce this. Let me reduce the size of our text. Reduce the size of our text. So I'm sure you're getting something about the alignment. So you can see now from this text, you want to align it right to the left to the middle, whatever way suits you. Spacing, of course, if you want to space your text, you can see it. Want to reduce it whatever way. Want to space it. That's done. Alignment, line spacing rather. That is to space, to give it the line, the up. So that's the work of the line spacing. Stroke, yeah. You can see now the text now has a stroke on it. You can also select the color of the stroke you want. And how do you want it to be? You want width, you can see it. If you increase the width, whatever way you want it to be. You want it to be like this, you want it to be something like this. See, you can reduce it, stroke width, depending on what you want. So that is that for stroke. Shadow, you can see the shadow. You can also select the color. How do you want the shadow to be? There's no more shadow. How you want it to be, to blur it, you can see tag glow. Take it to X, set left, right. You want to do it up and down, Y. So we don't want this, so disable that. So inner shadow, to give your text an inner shadow, you can see just change the color of it, give it an inner shadow. Emboss, there's one thing I love with design, but once we get fully into design, you will see it in its perspective. Here's 3D rotate. You want it to be how you want it to be, how you want it to be. Take it back. 3D text, 3D shadow, reflection. If you want the text to have a reflection, see it something like this. How do you want it to be? If you want it to have a reflection. So now we'll move to image, but there's no image here. So what do we do? Of course, plus sign from gallery. Go click whatever image you want and load whatever image you want. So it's this. Click on the image I want. Click on this. You will see. If you want the image to be circular, as you can see now, click on the circular shape. Of course, you can always take it back. Remember, I told you about this. Here, click. So it's giving it back its normal shape. So you see, to the back, to the front. I explained this. Here you want to crop it. If you still want to reduce the size, you can always come back to crop. The option is there. Relative position to move, size, of course. The size, size, give it a color, but you don't need a color because the color will change this, I said before. We don't need it. Texture, opacity, color filter, stroke, because this can also have a stroke regardless. That's it. Can also have a stroke. Mask, that's like explaining mask. Once it's enabled, you see, remove it. There's a whole lot of amazing features in this PixelLab app, so stay tuned. Now Where's my mouse? I have to disable it. I'm not interested in it. Erase color. Erase color. Let's assume you want to take out a particular color out. Click on it. Ash. You can see how it is. You get to see the real. See more on this as time goes on. Same thing. Here. I showed you. If you want to get the image from background, from gallery, click whatever image you want. Click on it. Click on it. Whatever image you want, you click on it. Whatever image you want. Whatever image you want. Whoa! I just pick this. Partition check. You see. So now this is now our background. It's now our background. You can see it. So of course you can also crop your background to change it. See, you can crop it what you want. Circular. Let's see how circular looks. You can see this is not what we want. So take this, click this button back. So I believe now with this point would have gotten something. I understand everything about PixelLab. So stay tuned. There's still much to be learned, and make sure you keep doing the best or whatever it is you're doing.